Guys, welcome back to the channel. In today's video, we're actually going to be breaking down the misconceptions surrounding Upwork, about Upwork, and just overall what people are saying, because these are myths and they're just not true. Some of them are true, but if you don't know how to use Upwork, I wouldn't even expect you to get anywhere with Upwork, because there is a learning curve to Upwork for sure. Just like there is anything else, you can't just jump into Upwork, send 10 proposals and then expect, to get clients and stuff like that. So that being said, guys, just before I get into this, I just need to start by saying I am not affiliated with Upwork in any way, shape or form. I don't represent a brand or anything like that. I believe I have to say that just because I had one video taken down. I believe they watch my channel and stuff like that. Number two is that if you're new around here, please drop a like, comment and subscribe and turn the notification bell. It really does help me with the algorithm, really does help me impact more people, and that's what I'm trying to do with this entire channel. I have not turned monetization on my channel as the time of recording this, and it's literally been 4 years me doing YouTube videos, and I've never been paid a cent for my YouTube videos. I am not even joking. 4 years. In I think it was January 2018 I started, or something like that. Yeah, January 2018 I actually started. Just had my anniversary not too long ago. So all I ask for in return is just drop a like, comment, subscribe. That's all I ask, like quite literally. Let's get into the misconception. So first misconception I know that you guys are thinking with Upwork is, number one, isn't Upwork just full of low ticket doo-doo clients that want you to do 10 different things that are all like services within their, like monthly services within themselves? They want you to work all these crazy hours and they're only going to pay you $200 per month. That right there is one of the biggest misconceptions ever. Now, don't get me wrong, there are clients on there that are literally going to put that in their description, that they want you to do 20 different things and they're only going to pay you $200 per month for that, and they're only looking for like people in like third world countries or like developing countries or underdeveloped countries or developing countries, whatever you want to call them. Yes, there are clients like that, but the literal thing I need you guys to understand is you get to choose which jobs you apply to. You can literally set filters, weed through using the actual, what I like to call the triangle plus one method, Illuminati sign there if you will. I'm definitely not associated with Illuminati. I'm surely be richer if I was or whatever. But long story short, guys, the actual filters you can actually use is you can take a look at where they're based. You can take a look at what they're actually putting in the description. You can take a look at, well, description's obviously a huge one, because if they're saying like 20 different things and it's only going to be, this is the thing I don't understand about this misconception. Like, you can quite literally see what their proposed budget is and what they want you to do before you apply to the job. So why are you sat there applying to jobs that say that they want you to do 20 different things for $200 an hour, and then you get on a call with them and they say, oh, we're only got $200 per month, not $200 per hour, $200 per month, and then you're shocked at that. Like that's almost like walking into a glass door and then being like, oh sugar, I didn't even see that glass door when it says do not walk into this door, it's a glass door. Like, come on guys, that's a huge misconception. There are literal clients on there that are going to pay you thousands of dollars per month. Now there's clients on there that are going to be lower ticket, there's clients on there that are going to be higher ticket. I quite literally have closed clients on there for $2,000 per month myself. Like literally $2,000 per month myself for social media management, and all I was doing was posting on their Twitter, their LinkedIn and their Instagram. Yeah, those three platforms, and it was the same post with the same caption and the same hashtags, just slightly tweaked for each platform, obviously, because it wouldn't make sense to put a whole bunch of hashtags on Twitter, for example, where it does on Instagram, for example. So, and by the way, I outsourced that work for $150. Not only was that a good client, that was one of the biggest Shopify store apps on the entire planet. They were making it literally $130K per month at the time I was working with them. Quite literally, they literally took their marketing in-house. It literally made sense for them to take marketing in-house. And that was a SaaS business. It was an app, Shopify app, and they were one of the biggest Shopify, apps on the actual Shopify app store thingamajig that they have. So that goes to show you that there's literal behemoth clients on there. I've actually seen actual job postings on Upwork where they've literally spent, the actual client, it says, client spent, it literally says the amount they've actually spent on Upwork, hiring and stuff like that, is over $1 million. That right there is a multiple 7-figure business owner right there, or business if you will. And the reason for that is because if you spend just $1 million on Upwork, I mean, think about how much friggin' other platforms you're using or other expenses you've got. Like, quite literally, that shows you that's a multiple 7-figure business owner. Not only that, but I've actually had students close 4.1K per month clients, $1,000 per month clients. I myself have closed I'm not even joking, I've quite literally closed clients for 1.2K. I think it was actually $1,250 per month for social media management without even jumping on a call with people. I've actually had students like close clients for $1,000 per month in their first 3 days of using Upwork. I've had, other students, for example, like Freddie, if you're watching this, shout out to you, man. Like Freddie, for example, came into the program within these first like 3 weeks or two to 3 weeks or something like that. He closed a 4.1K per month client without even needing to get on a call with this person, like the actual person. That just does not happen on any other platform. Imagine closing somebody without even needing to get on a call with them. You just literally send them a message via DMs and they wire you over 4.1K in Bitcoin. That quite literally is insane. You not even spoke to the person, you actually didn't even spoke to the person. There's been multiple instances where there's been students close a client without even speaking to them. So they're and at good prices as well. So then there's not just clients on there that are looking for people to outsource work to for like $2 per hour to like somebody in an undeveloped country. There are actual real clients from the United States, Canada, all that sort of stuff that are actually looking for people in like, first world countries, if you will. So yeah, that misconception, I don't know where it comes from. Well, technically I do know where it comes from because there technically is clients on there. But why would you apply to those jobs? Like, why are you physically like going out of your way to apply to those jobs? You can literally just scroll past them. I don't understand that. That's actually your choice. If you want to apply to those jobs, like quite literally, it's your choice. It's almost like I said, it's almost like walking into a shut door. Like you see that the door is shut, but you still walk into it. And then you're shocked that you walked into a door. Well, no shit, Sherlock, you just walked into the door. So there you go. That's misconception number one down. Number two is that you can't really build out your agency using Upwork. Now, I understand where this one comes from because Upwork technically is a freelance platform, but we don't actually use it as a freelance platform. And this is how you're gonna dispel and break this, misconception, this myth, whatever you want to call it. So a lot of people come to Upwork and think that, when you actually are on Upwork and you apply to jobs, you're just going to be an employee for that particular person. Now, that is if you do not know how to use Upwork, you don't know how to write your cover letter properly, and you don't know how to separate yourself from the crowd and actually, garner that respect that you actually deserve as an agency owner. You see, the way how I use Upwork is I see it like this. I don't see it as a platform where I'm going a freelancer. I see it as a platform where I generate leads. I see it as a lead generation platform where I jump on calls with people and close them for my agency. And they know full well we are an agency. I don't hide it. I say in my messaging that is very clear. I use words such as we, this is how we do this is our system, our team. I mention words like that in my cover letter so they understand that it's not just a one-man show. We are an agency. I don't hide that fact from the very get-go. In fact, I've never hidden that fact, if you will. So they actually understand that. Now, if you don't know how to use Upwork, you don't know how to leverage that, if you will, or use that particular strategy, then you're going to be taken for a freelancer and you're going to end up working for somebody in their business as like an employee, which is obviously not good because they're obviously trying to build out an agency here. So if you don't know that one, that's how you basically dispel that particular myth. Myth number three, which kind of ties into myth number one, is that the clients on Upwork don't stay for long and they're crappy, headache-ish kind of like clients. This is so not true. I've literally had clients stay with me for over 13 months long. I've literally had some of the best clients on there where we've literally got on so well, and we've talked about just stuff outside of like business, like Rick and Morty and just, other shows and stuff like that. I've literally had like so many friends. I've even had twins. I've actually even worked with a client that I've got on with so well that she referred me to her twin and actually worked with him and actually killed it for him, and he actually left me a really good testimonial. So I don't know where this myth comes from. Well, technically I do. It's because this myth actually genuinely comes from, if you don't know how to set expectations with clients from the very get-go, then you're going to always get taken advantage of and you're always going to find bad clients. If you can spot red flags before the red flags actually pop up, if you will, or you actually sign with that client and actually sign a contract with that client, then you are obviously going to be able to avoid that situation. You just need to know what the red flags are, stay away from those red flags, and stay clear, if you will, from those red flags. So if you apply to a job and you can see there's a couple of red flags there, such as they won't book in on your calendar, they just want you to explain the strategy right there and then before you get on a call, those are red flag clients. I actually just move on from those. Or if they're saying stuff like they want you to do 10 different things, and if you can't do that, you're not going to be a good fit, that's obviously a red flag, guys. So look out for that. Look for diamonds in the rough, if you will. And there's many of them, to be honest with you. Now, the next thing I know that with Upwork, I guess the fourth point is Upwork oversaturated? I probably should have put this one first. This one I just don't understand. The reason for that is because there quite literally is a filter on Upwork at all times, it's never not been there. Well, technically, I don't know how long, that filter's actually been there, but I'm pretty sure it's been around for a long time. Well, it's been there since I started, and probably way before that as well. There quite literally is a filter called number of proposals, and this quite literally dictates what jobs it shows to you. So you can literally type in, social media marketing, for example, or social media management, or whatever it is, into the actual top box, and it will show you all the jobs that are social media marketing and management. And then what you can literally do is use the filters to only show you jobs that have like less than 5 proposals, or 5 to 10 proposals, for example. And that is quite literally limiting your own competition. Now, it's very, very easy to outcompete 15 other people. You just need to be the best out of 15 other people, like quite literally. So it's not oversaturated, and it can't ever get oversaturated, quite literally. In fact, it's funny people say this, because I've noticed that when I'm sending out cold emails, I feel like that's to ecom brands, I feel like that's more oversaturated than Upwork ever will be, because you can't set a filter first and foremost to actually only hit up the ecom brands that have only been hit up by a certain amount of people. And not only that, but when I actually get no's and not interested from people in by sending cold emails and stuff like that via cold emails via Lemlist and stuff like that to ecom brands, I've noticed that when they say they're not interested, they'll say stuff like, we get hit up 20 times a week, you saying the same thing, blah blah blah. Pretty sure you guys have had this many times, where they say, we get 10 emails like this a day, why are you any different? That shows you that is very, very oversaturated, if you will. So Upwork quite literally has a filter for you to select by yourself. There's nobody forcing you not to select that filter. You can literally filter out all the jobs that only have a set number of proposals on them, which basically means you can compete with a low number of people if you set the lowest filters, basically. And that basically means it will never ever be oversaturated, because you always have that filter available for you. So even if there's 2 million people on Upwork, you can actually just set that filter and it won't be oversaturated, unless there's no jobs, which at that point, and obviously you just move on to a next platform, quite literally, and just go on to a next platform. But for now, there's so many jobs, it's absolutely ridiculous. It's quite rife with jobs, if you will. So I think I'm pretty much cleared up all the misconceptions. Another misconception might be, I think it's the 5th one, is like you only can work on an hourly basis on Upwork for like low dollar amounts. It kind of ties into number 1, which is absolutely BS. Every single client I've had has always been a fixed price. In fact, I actually state this on the call with them, that I always work on a flat basis, flat fixed fee. It's a monthly fee, no matter what. Sometimes I split the monthly fee into weekly payments, if you will, but it's never been an hourly ordeal. I don't ever, by the way, recommend you go onto Upwork and work on an hourly basis. Never ever. That's that's probably like the first rule of Upwork. Never work on an hourly basis ever. That's just an employee. If you want to be an employee, go and be an employee. But if you want to be an actual agency owner, that you don't work on an hourly basis ever. So those are the misconceptions of Upwork. Absolutely BS. There are good clients on there. There are clients that are going to pay you what you're actually genuinely worth. Technically, it might be slightly lower than what you're expecting, because most gurus are just like, oh, make sure you close for 2,500, and they don't give you an explanation as to why. Like, I would rather, to be honest with you, stack up 5 clients at $500 net profit each than have 1 client at $2,500. And the reason for that is because if you lose that $2,500 per month client, you've lost your entire income. I have to lose all 5 of my clients to be in the same situation as you. If I lose 1 client, I've only lost $500 per month. That means I'm still making $2K per month. Who would you rather be? The guy who's making $2K per month from 4 clients, or the guy that's making 0 because he just lost his 2.5K per month client? There you go. So there's actually a couple benefits to Upwork as well, such as lower ticket clients equals more frequency, equals more experience, equals better agency owner overall. So you're handling more people, you actually get more experience underneath your belt. That also increases the amount of testimonials you can get and the amount of referrals you can get. Not only that, but you can actually upsell a whole bunch of clients that are low ticket into like Facebook ads and stuff like that. I've had many students do that as well. So there's actually a whole plethora of kind of like benefits to lower ticket clients, even though they're not all lower ticket clients. I've literally had 2K per month clients on there, 1.5K per month clients, 1.2K per month clients on there. And these are all social media management clients, by the way. I've had students come in and close 4.1K per month clients. I work on a fixed basis. It's not doo-doo. The response rates are actually good. Now, one of the misconceptions is that you can come on and just send 10 proposals and get clients. It's happened with students in my program before, but that's because they know what they're doing. They've got the profile, the portfolio, that sort of stuff down. And they actually have the systems and processes. So obviously I've figured this stuff out over years, if you will, of experimenting with it. So that's kind of slightly, I wouldn't say expected, but it's kind of, that's what they're paying for. That's why they get into age fragmentation, to fast track their results. So that's, if you're starting from scratch, then obviously it might take you a little while to learn this. So Send out, by the way, for me, just to give you some numbers, when I first started Upwork, it took me 15 days of applying to 10 jobs per day. So I did 150 outreach to land me my first client at $600 per month. That was a 3-month minimum, so it was actually $1,800. I upsold them a funnel the very first day for $500. So I actually made $2,300 back. And it's always been ROI positive for me. So if there's a myth going out there that it's not ROI positive and you have to pay lots of money for connects, it's BS. I've never, ever, not even one month, spent more money on connects than I've made back from Upwork. Quite literally, if you know what you're doing and you have the proper systems. So that being said, guys, I hope that I've broken down the misconceptions about Upwork. Go and use Upwork. It's been absolutely life-changing. Without it, I wouldn't be here. This apartment, this camera, this new lens, this microphone, this new MacBook M1, MacBook Pro M1. I actually even friggin' don't even write on paper these days anymore. I literally have an iPad mini with a friggin' Apple Pen, literally like a, what's that, like a 400-pound iPad and like it's like 120 pound for the pen or something like that. It's like 500 pound just to write notes, like, and read books. I could have literally just spent £2 on a book from Amazon and like, what is it, like £5 for a notepad and £2 for a pen. Like it's literally gone from Upwork, if you will. And not only that, but it's allowed me to implement the hybrid system. So Upwork, absolutely life changing for me. My students do recommend you go and use it. And again, I'm not affiliated with it, but I can just definitely vouch for it. Literally being changed, it's literally changed my whole trajectory, my whole SMA, and yeah, just my entire life. So I can definitely vouch for it. And that's why I want you guys to at least take it serious and give it a proper run through. Give it a 90-day test. You need to test it over a 90-day period. Don't just come on for a week and I think you're gonna land clients. Do at least 10 proposals each and every day for 90 days straight, and then tell me what the results were after that. You'll thank me later. So, which, by the way, has happened to a guy called Ed. So Ed, if you're watching this, put a comment in the section. Comment below if you're actually watching. Hopefully he watches this and puts a comment down. If not, I'll try to put a screenshot up here somewhere where Ed actually took a 90-day challenge and he actually landed clients. And this is free, by the way. He's not one of my students. I literally said in one of my videos, you guys start Upwork, do it for 90 days. This guy literally took my word, like the actual word for it, did the 90 days, and he's actually closed clients. He actually sent me a message on Instagram yesterday, so I need to respond back to him. But literally, I'm trying to tell you guys how to make money, and this is literally it. But anyway, guys, I'll see you guys in the next video. Don't forget to drop a like, comment, and subscribe. And if you're interested in age traumatization or the one-to-one program, I'll put the links below. By the way, for the one-to-one program, there's a video explaining what it's all about, the difference between the one-to-one program and age traumatization, and how we can actually guarantee you your actual success or your money back, if you will. So click the link below, and that'll actually take you. That's called Alchemic Agency. That's the actual name of the actual program now. So long story short, guys, see you guys soon, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace.